Hello and welcome back to another episode of Multiblock Madness. I just finished setting up the Phantom Energy faces for this setup. You can tell by the particle effect around the block. So we should, I don't know actually, oh there we go. There we go, it's crafting. No more energy conduits poking up. Pretty much the entire goal of last episode. But anyway, that looks pretty cool. So my first goal for today is to get some deep mob learning automated, specifically the simulation chamber and a loot fabricator. So let's see what we can do. Using sugar for that. Simple enough. And then this is required the thermalloy. So I'd also like to automate thermalloy, which the hardest part of that is going to be emergency coolant. This is going to require some gelid cryothium, crushed ice, and ethanol. Crushed ice is just frozen water. And then ethanol. Ooh, interesting. Huh, cool. And then ethanol is fluid mixer. Ethanol comes from a couple different things. This is the way that, well, it's bad. One sugarcane equals 80. Once you get into nuclear craft, this is the best way to do it. What half of a sugar equals 2,000 millibuckets of ethanol. So that'll be a chemical reactor. And that's just molten sugar. So we actually come back to sugar again. And then another melter for that. So I'm going to set up, ideally, emergency coolant for the thermalloy, and we'll be back. I also did set up this little start to proper crafting. I would like to eventually get into the lazy AE2, but that's going to be a little bit expensive for us now. Here's one of the new recipes. Magma Crucible requires servo mechanism, advanced alloy plate, reinforced blast brick, and dark steel gear. These reinforced blast bricks are cool because they require you to automate scorched bricks. However, you probably won't need too many because this one recipe gives you 8. Anyway, this Magma Crucible is going to be used for the gelid cryothium. Eventually, we'll have this automated through Loot Fabricator. So that'll, one of these will go over there in our new crafting area. Oh, there's the Magma Crucible. I had some of the stuff like these scorched bricks and the ember shards back at the main base. So I just grabbed those. And there we go. Actually, not that bad. Basically, we melt sugar, we combine it with water. Oh, carbon dioxide, okay. So I'll need to void the excess on that. So we combine the sugar with water. This makes ethanol, which gets piped into here along with some crushed ice, which is literally just water. And then we melt down cryothium, combine the cryothium with the slurry ice to make emergency coolant. The cryothium comes from this crafter, which is a snowball and redstone, as well as we're going to eventually have deep mob learning and have it, these go into here, which is a pulverizer, which has a byproduct of snowballs, which will go into here. I'm probably going to have to extract the extra snowballs out the back because at some point there might be a conflict between the snowballs coming from this interface and the snowballs coming from here. We'll have to see though. So there we go. We have essentially these 3 inputs and we get emergency coolant. Now what I'm planning on doing, well, what I'd like to do in theory is just storage bus right to this. There's, let's see, 16. Ooh, that's actually quite a bit. So 1 cryothium makes one ingot. So we need to have, this will make 16. We definitely are going to need more than that. So let's see here. We're gonna say, because I could just do yeah, I want to do a tank there. We could do an ender tank. Actually, what I'm gonna do is we'll just do a tank. Can I make tanks? Also, I just gotta say, these nuclear craft setups are like super fun. I don't know why, I really enjoy it. Also, I bet this could have been done in the melter. Yep. Oh well. That's fine. Alright, we can make 50 hardened thermalloy. So let's see what happens. Now, I did encode the fluid transposer recipe as or I should say, I encoded, where are you? This as a recipe instead of as a fluid transposer dedicated to emergency coolant, which probably would work better. Yeah, so it's going to be a whole lot of fluid transposer recipes. And realistically speaking, what I should do is have a dedicated fluid transposer for each recipe. But I kind of want to try this way. So I'll probably change it up later if we ever need a lot. For now, though, this should work fine. I wonder if I just want to cancel this and make 4. Yeah. So I think I'm going to need a couple more recipes, and I'll see if I can craft this guy. It's charging. There we go. Not too bad. I mean, once you have the stuff required to make it, it's really not that bad. So what I'm going to do here, I will actually need another machine. Actually, let's see. I think I need a space here. So I can extract out the bottom, insert in the top, and then this is going to be a thermal data model. I'll also need some of this stuff, which is induction smelter. All right, so this should work. We've got polymer clay being automated here with a storage bus on it. Debatable whether this is the best way to do it or not. Odds are what I should do is have it export to a storage bus or a drawer with a drawer controller with a storage bus on it. That would allow for more expansion. I'm just going to roll with this for now. Crafting universal binder here. Have all the inputs there. Polymer clay is being crafted. It gets sent to the interface here, which then gets piped to the top here. And then it gets piped down here. This can only accept the pristine matter. The other matter gets piped back in here on a filter. So that should be the complete setup of emergency coolant. Now, it will take a bit of time for this to actually become efficient, because right now it's 5% chance, which, that's every 20 or so it'll make 1, which is not great, but it also, that'll craft 8, and then that'll craft 4, which will then craft 4 cryotheum. So every, it's not bad. Wait, so every 1 crafts 4? Yes, every 1 crafts 4. Which is, what's that, 32, I think? Which is not bad at all. So this will level up. And in the meantime, we'll back up on a few different things. Looks like ethanol is backed up. Water. By the way, I set this little guy up. It'll back up on sugar. Expand it a little bit, just so it has some more room to grow. I also moved the sand over from the overworld base. And there we have it. Emergency coolant. And this was for hardened thermalloy, which basically just looks like that. This could be made more streamlined with things like realistically, I don't really need this for anything except thermalloy. So what I should do, and I probably will, is just replace this with a fluid transposer, or put a fluid transposer, say, on top of it or something, and then have all the have this go straight to it, as opposed to sending it to this fluid transposer. So we'll see, but for now we'll just roll with this. All right, so I'm gonna use my Morb that I got from a quest reward. I'm gonna level up these 4 thermal elemental data models because, hey, look, it's Christmas themed. There we go. That way I can use more of them rather than just having this one set to that. Whoops. Should have expected that to do that, seeing as how it literally said that it would. The reason is because I can get pulverized obsidian. Actually, I'll do a few crafts of pulverized obsidian. This should just stay here, yeah. Cool. And then I'll switch that over to the proper one. So it looks like, okay, so the snowballs do get used. All right, cool. So I'm gonna do another setup here. Probably the same way. Well, I'll put it over here. So I'll probably just have this on passive for obsidian. So we'll do a loot fabricator with simulation chamber on top, thermal data model, item conduit. All right, so I think the next thing I need to do is nuclear craft. Now, I'll probably just be doing the irradiator. I don't think I'm going to end up doing this for power. That being said, I might. I haven't built a turbine yet, so that would be the only real reason that I wouldn't. I'll definitely be coming up with my own design. And I'll probably end up putting it right here, if I were to guess. Maybe... No, I'll probably just put it right here. But yeah, I'll encode a bunch of recipes and so on. We're also starting to run out of some basic stuff like lead, glowstone. Obsidian we're slowly getting because of pulverized obsidian coming from this. Which is why I set this up. This is backing up. Because this is backed up. We will need a lot of thermalloy for mechanism machine casings. These take 14 scaffolding each, which is roughly 5 or 6 each. And these are used for a lot of stuff. Like the reactor frame, turbine casing. Anyway, yeah, I think I'll encode some recipes for the nuclear stuff. Maybe go this way. We'll see. But yeah, I think that the best thing for me to do right now is this. Okay, it's been about a week since my last clip. And in that time, I've released the update for Overloaded. I also set up a few things, as well as moved the save back to the server. The connection's been good until I just started recording, so I'm not sure. I hope there's not a connection with that. Alright, well, it's catching up. Hopefully I don't crash in the middle of this. I did a few things. I set up these. Just have 4 set up. Well, 5, but that one doesn't have a recipe yet. Foils, coils, arms, and rods. These work super easy. You just use an interface to pipe items in, and then conduits to pipe items out. I've set up obsidian. This just runs off of a igneous extruder, and then getting lava from mountain tiers in the overworld. I added a glacial precipitator because I noticed we weren't getting enough snowballs from crushing up the bliss rods, so this just supplements that. I also moved over the arc furnace. Had a bit of a issue with the capsule for it. Not really sure what went wrong exactly, but I just had to cheat in the capsule. For some reason it like placed it and it crashed, I think, when I placed it. Let's see what else. Oh, that's right. I also am in the process of changing these over. Just have an enrichment chamber for each type now, instead of having a single enrichment chamber. This way is just easier. That's about all there is to it. And as you probably noticed, and I already said, we're on the server, so hopefully Hua will be able to be making progress building, as well as actually playing. It's been a while since he played. I think 2 months now. So anyway, I'll get some more progress done. Hopefully figure out this server lag, and I'll be back. Okay, couldn't get the lag resolved and decided to update the server to the latest version of Overloaded. So I am back on single player. Anyway, the other thing I set up was this little floating platform. This was for rock hounding. However, one of the players in my Discord sent a base, which I would like to build for rock hounding. It looks pretty cool. It would be nice to have it in a more permanent location, though, because if I put a cool looking base here, I would feel the need to build around it when we actually build. And obviously I could just, you know, build something, but I don't have that much time to play, and I'd rather actually do progression rather than build. It's more enjoyable for me. Anyway, so this is the ore processing right now. So what I do is take an ore, let's say copper, put it here. This just auto supplies based on what's in the network. Gets put into here. These gears will take forever to break, but once they do, I can just supply gears here as well, and then they can just be piped into these easily peasily. So then after the ore gets crushed, it gets sent into this pulverizer, which turns it into two small dusts and 1 pulverized. So then the small dusts get combined and sent into here. Okay, got a tiny bit of automation going here. Uranium ingots being separated and then combined into LEU 235 and then infused with oxygen into the oxide fuel pellets, which I need to pick up for the quest. And there we go. We'll put these in here because this is a slow machine. So that leaves us with heavy water. And then it's on to building a reactor. So the oxygen is just coming from this centrifuge. I set up this quick tank setup with a storage bus on it. I was originally going to use this oxygen, but yeah, it's I don't even know where it's being used. Oh, I wonder if it's being pulled out right here. Nope, I have no idea where that's being used. But anyway, these tank chores are kind of awesome. I'm not sure what'll happen once this backs up. Like, will it try to pull from a full slot? In other words, will this need a void upgrade, or is this fine? I guess we'll see. But anyway, we've got plenty of aluminum. Might increase this, but maybe not. Made some quick improvements to this. So right now it's just storing everything in this drawer via applied energistics. Everything just goes back into this interface and then gets pulled from the interface. And this is where it's being stored, so it's visual, I suppose. This separator is locked to LEU because it pretty much everything goes into this. And then this fluid infuser is locked to the oxide fuel pellets. So once we have 500 oxide fuel pellets, this will stop making. And then we'll have a buffer of 100 of these. We might change this later. Right now, if this has a level limiter on it, it'll actually stop both these machines. So it's a bit of an issue that they're so close. Also running into a bit of an issue with my alloy smelting speed. I'm gonna have to paralyze until I can get the alloy smelter. Previously, the reason why it's unlocked is because, well, this was added before the update. So I'm probably gonna have to just throw another induction smelter in. Oh, I have one, cool. It's even a Signalum one. I think I can literally just do this. A little bit hacky for now, but it's job done. There we go. So this will just do any extra recipes that it needs to. Basically just needed to craft that. Let's see, we were at 5,000 before. Ooh, let's go. Actually, tough alloy is the issue here. So let's craft a bunch of this. See what it takes. In theory, yeah, cool, it splits it. Whoa, that is intense. That is so much faster. This one's capped out at 5,000. Look at this. 11, 12,000, looks like. Nice. I wonder what the power loss is, because this is clearly not twice as fast. 15, 19. Yeah, it's only about a quarter as fast, but it takes... Wait, it's still speeding up. It's still going up. Anyway, this mode in the interface terminal is so useful. Show crafting interfaces with free slots. So like, let's say you come over here with the pattern. Like our next pattern is going to be reactor casing, say. Oh, and also I noticed a bug with this version of trousers AE2. If you're doing something, if you're like, let's say you like want to craft this, see how this is? Oh, never mind. I'm clearly made a liar here. I think that's only in processing patterns. So basically, if you do say this, no, that's also incorrect. Anyway, what the issue I was running into was it was, instead of overwriting what was here, it would just add to it. So it would kind of leave this filled in with whatever. Anyway, what I was saying before I ended up basically just being completely incorrect is, let's say I want to add this, and okay, we do have that on auto. we have steel casings in auto? I don't think so. So let's add that. I'm pretty sure we have simple machine, yeah. So normally you'd have to scroll down here, look for, you know, I have this toggled already, so it only shows these. But with this, you can just go boom, add them in, and you're good to go. There it is. This is what I was talking about. I'm not really sure when it decides to do that, but yeah, kind of annoying. Also, it didn't put the rod in, and I don't have any. So what you can do is just do this, shift scroll to increase the amount. That'll just add that to that, and then I can do this recipe, and we're good. All right, let's see how many I need, or how much resources I need. Actually, you know what? I don't have this alloy, so that's gonna be an issue. Let's see how many resources I need for 100. Well, as expected. That's not that bad, though, to be honest. Yeah, it's actually less than I expected. Okay, added that recipe, and now we can craft 100 machine casings. I'm actually going to craft 200. Okay, so tin plates. All right, here we go. Let's kick it off. Just added that tin plate recipe. We already have a bunch of stuff. This should kick on our aluminum production. Yep, there we go. Man, that is super cool. I love that. And we should see both these guys running. There's our titanium alumide. I'm not sure what that guy was making. There's our tough rods. Let's see what else. Man, I just love seeing auto crafting work. Tin plates. There we go. Tin plates. And conductive iron gears. Cool. How much conductive iron? Okay, we got 100. We're going to need a recipe for that soon. We need more compactors as well. So right now we're just shuffling our ingredients between these two crafters here. Also, it's pretty cool to have this guy just running like this visually. I really enjoy that. Plus, I feel like this speed is like perfect for the machine. Decided to just do the same thing. Oh, these guys can need power. All right, so I think I figured out that bug, by the way. It's if you go from a crafting pattern automatically to a processing pattern, it does this. I'm pretty sure this is just a bug with the version of trousers I have. I'll try to get that fixed, as in install a different version, so you guys don't have to deal with this. Okay, there's heavy water. Obviously, or maybe not obviously, but this is probably going to be upgraded at some point. Yeah. And it's upgraded. A lot faster. But I might do more pumps at some point. Right now I'm just going to buffer it and then fluid storage bus it. So that is us out of time for this episode, however. So next episode we will get a nuclear reactor. We've got a lot of the stuff set up already. We need to get these guys going, which I think is pretty easy. Yeah. Zirc alloy is pretty easy. That's just tin and zirconium, which we have zirconium, I think. Oh, no. We're going to have to set up another rock crusher for that. Beryllium. We do, actually, isn't that what we just saw? Beryllium? Or is that another one as well? Nope, there's beryllium. Cool. So we do have that. Heavy water moderator. We just set that up. That's 1 bucket makes a moderator. And then I'll set up probably fluid crafting for this as well. That way I can do a bunch of different things. Specifically, I want... where is it? Well, the heat sinks would be nice to have for sure. But cobblestone generator and water generator. It's a lot easier to do this recipe. Well, I suppose it's relative. But anyway, we will come back next episode, build a nuclear reactor, and yeah, maybe work on heavy alloy. We'll see. Thanks for watching, and have a good one.